So like last week's episode. Hello. Don't have a cold open.
Yeah, no.
Couldn't think of one. Too many different creatures.
Welcome to My Neighbor Mothman.
I'm Zachary.
I'm Levi.
And
this is our cryptid podcast.
Gonna talk about the Honey Island swamp monster.
Oh, okay.
That's right. We're talking about him. He exists. I'm sure of it.
I can't wait.
So, the Honey Island swamp monster is well, first of all, the Honey Island swamp is in Louisiana, a short drive from New Orleans. It's just a swamp. A lot of legends. There's also some non-cryptid legends about pirates in the Honey Island swamp. John Lafitte, Pierre Rameau, and many others that allegedly hid buried treasures in the Honey Island swamp. Honey, I swamped the kids.
Boo.
Now I know how you feel when I do that. And it doesn't feel good. Thank you. All right, first documented sighting of the creature. August 1963. Harlan Ford, retired air traffic controller. His friend Billy Mills, out in the swamp, doing swamp things. Shooting gators. Go Tigers. Yeah, you can't do the accent and expect me not to do.
That was so that accent comes from another bit. Actually, it's not him.
Mine's him. Mine's Coach O of the.
They
LSU
sent Achievement
Tigers.
Hunter to go visit the studio that makes Mafia, and which is apparently in Louisiana.
That makes sense.
And that was the entire thing. It was Trevor and Matt from Achievement Hunter just doing that
I'm
voice.
gonna go home and watch that. That sounds great. So they were out in the swamp doing swamp things. Came home, and they claimed while out in the swamps they came across a creature standing over the body of a dead boar.
Oh,
Like in Lost. But unlike Lost, the creature had ripped the boar's throat completely out. He said, "Hey, nice throat. Give it to me."
wait. So you're telling me you've seen Lost also?
I've seen all of Lost.
Okay, I'm building up a catalog in my brain of what you've seen.
Yeah, I started Lost. I've started Lost 8 times. Never made it through the first season.
Yeah.
2 months ago, sat down, said, I'm watching Lost. And I watched all of Lost in 1 month.
Yeah. Never seen Lost.
It's all right. Look, first season starts off high. You're like plane
Welcome
crash.
to the Lost podcast.
Yeah, this is the Lost corner of My Neighbor Mothman. Yeah, first season plane crashes. You're like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. And then it gets a little weird and it slows down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You get through that slow part and the weird part, and then it's so good, man. Ending sucks. Ending sucks so bad. I invested so much time in that stupid show just for that ending to suck. But watch it if you haven't. So, Harlan Ford, our sweet swamp boy, described the creature as being covered in dingy gray hair with longer hair hanging from its head. Kind of a Bigfoot vibe.
Yeah, a little hairy.
Little hairy guy. Two estimated the creature to weigh close to 400 pounds and be 7 feet tall.
That's big.
So it very much is a Bigfoot type kind of guy.
Yeah.
They describe the creature's enormous size and hair as frightening, but the worst part to them was the amber-colored eyes and horrible stench.
Oh, yeah, another stinker.
Well, I mean, he's in the swamp. He is a little swamp boy.
Yeah.
The creature from the Honey Island swamp. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is,
It's a really, 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 really old movie.
Cool.
It's in black and white.
Might watch it.
People panicked and left the theaters back when it was released
That's fair.
because it was so terrifying.
I almost did that during one movie, but it's because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Can't remember it. It was I'm not gonna look it up.
No,
I'm not going down this rabbit hole. But I did watch one movie one time that I was like, I am 30 minutes into it and I don't want to see anymore.
I did a double feature of Spider-Man 2 and X-Men Days of Future Past in theaters.
Rough.
And that was a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket to a Disney movie that made, I believe, only $300,000 in the box office and snuck into 21 Jump Street with Casey.
Nice.
And about 3 weeks later, I was looking at the numbers of this movie that I had bought the ticket for and not seen, and very quickly realized I was the only person probably in commerce that bought a ticket for that movie.
Yeah.
And it was, 21 Jump Street was pretty good. But we had someone in there with us who was so scared we were going to get busted because it was two of us who were like 17.
Yeah.
And Casey, who was like 19. So like anytime any of us laughed pretty hard, this one guy was like, stop. So that the workers didn't come in and say, they're laughing too hard. They're children.
At the movie. That's funny. They're this comedy is too funny to them.
Hey,
that's a little suspect.
Those guys are too happy. They can't be adults. So news of the story in the swamp of a big 7-foot creature, as it would anywhere, spread like wildfire.
Oh yeah.
Someone comes into my house and says, "Hey, I saw a 7-foot guy covered in hair rip a boar's throat out." I'd be like, cool, don't go back.
Yeah.
And also, goodbye forever.
Because you're cursed now.
And I'm leaving to somewhere where there's no swamps. I don't like swamps.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the swamp.
Yeah. There's one behind our old work.
There's gators.
I don't know. There was possibly a murder.
Yeah, I mean...
Behind the sporting goods retailer we both worked at in Commerce.
Listen, there's probably been many murders back there.
There was a murder in that store well before it was a sporting goods retailer.
Back when it was KB Toys? Store. Oh, like
way back when. But so when it was a sporting goods store that we were both employed at, I was pretty good friends with the guy that did the maintenance, Chris. He said one night he was doing his just driving around making sure everything looked good, and doubled back behind, and then found written in either red paint or blood on a dumpster, "Help her."
Oh boy.
And then there was just a trail into that swamp back there.
Cool.
Yeah. Said he called the cops, they couldn't find anything.
I used to work at the other mall across from the Pottery.
Uh-huh. And
every now and then we would find shotgun shells.
I hate that. That one's not as surprising though.
Yeah, no. Except the other side of that is the interstate.
That one's a little scary actually, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it.
So if they're just firing a shotgun
at cars. It sounds like something teenagers would do in Commerce.
Yeah.
Back to the swamp guy.
Yeah.
Locals knew about this.
Of course.
Stories dating back hundreds of years of the Honey Island swamp monster. Native Americans of the area called this creature Letiche and described it as meat-eating, human-like creature that lived in the water and on the land. That's right. Bigfoot, but in water.
Oh, that's worse.
So much worse. Bigfoot riding alligators. You ever seen those videos of cheetahs killing crocodiles?
No, I've seen it the other way around.
Dude, cheetahs will just, and leopards and stuff, will just straight pounce on them and latch their jaws into the eyes of the alligator or crocodile and then just drag it out of the swamp.
Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah, right? Terrifying. The Native Americans from this area believe that the swamp monster was once an abandoned child who was raised by alligators.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yep.
This is okay.
This is buck wild.
Yeah.
The Cajuns call this creature Loop Karoo, which I'm sure I'm saying wrong, which some say means werewolf.
Some say.
Some.
All right then.
At least one. Possibly more.
At least the person who wrote the article.
At least the person who wrote the article said, you know, it'd be funny. I put a little werewolf stink on this one.
All right.
Hey, Rick, I'm going to put some English on this one. I'm going to throw in that it's a werewolf. Hey, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. And that's my bit. Some, of course, believe that the swamp monster is related to Bigfoot. While the body size and description is very similar, the tracks found in and around Honey Island Swamp do not resemble the tracks found in the Pacific Northwest of Bigfoot.
Oh.
Could be because it's a werewolf, I guess.
Does it have like webbed toes, maybe?
I'm looking.
For water.
3 toes.
3 toes. Hang on now.
3 toes. Sometimes 4 toes. Most of the time, 3 toes.
Now, I want to point out minor segue here off to another thing. We were watching Bigfoot programming on television before you came over to start recording. And it's a show where they are actively hunting Bigfoot in Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
And they pointed out the fact that they found an adolescent track, and it was good news that they had 5 toes because they were afraid that there was too much inbreeding going on in the area in that species.
Ah.
And they had found tracks previously with less, like 3 or 4 toes
So
instead.
possible. So this could just be inbred Bigfoot.
Inbred Bigfoot.
I'd like to take a call to action here. Joey, who is very often in our chat, has crossed us.
Me too.
He liked and replied to someone's tweet about wanting to be the first person to hunt and kill a Bigfoot. And that's not what we stand for on this show.
Mm-mm.
We stand for love and
Now,
kissing.
you got to capture it. We need proof.
Yeah. No, this dude just wants to hunt and kill it.
Yeah, that was the thing, is like they wanted to kill one so that they can get it officially put onto an endangered species list.
I mean, that makes sense, but hey, they're obviously not being hunted like you think they are.
No, yeah.
And also, what kind of wrath do you think they are going to bring down upon us?
Also,
if we kill
it turns
them?
into that, all right, how sentient are they? How sapient are they even?
I couldn't do it. I just want him to carry me around in a little baby Bjorn.
All the way back.
Give me little kisses on my head. Look me in my eyes.
No, I don't want to. I got uncomfortable.
So, back to the Honey Island swamp monster. These 3-toed and 4-toed tracks
Yeah.
do, however, resemble tracks found in southeastern Texas and parts of Florida.
Okay.
The Florida one I get. You're getting some swamp area, some water. Southeastern Texas, though?
Florida's got the skunk ape, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they got the skunk ape and the Everglades.
Yeah.
So they got a swamp. I don't think there's swamps in Texas, are there? Not big ones. I think it's too hot, right?
Oh, that doesn't matter. It just has to do with sea level.
I guess.
Because maybe in like along the coast near like Houston.
Yeah, down in like the Gulf.
Yeah.
The Gulf.
I don't know a lot about that area.
Me neither. We should go.
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to go to any swamps, man.
I thought you just meant let's go to Houston. I was like,
Oh.
okay.
No, if I'm going to Texas, I'm going to Austin.
Yeah.
That's where all the cool guys are.
It is.
And some uncool guys that are no longer with cool companies.
I don't know. If I was those uncool people, I would have moved away from that area.
You'd think. Who knows? Casts were made
Oh,
of some tracks by Harlan Ford, our sweet swamp boy.
yeah.
About 10 to 12 inches long. 3 long, thin toes set next to each other, and a fourth set back on the inside, rather like a thumb.
Okay.
So kind of like a little monkey foot.
Chimpanzee gorilla action going on. Yeah.
Big gorilla? Gorillas are terrifying.
They are.
So, what's up?
No, I'm just thinking about, all right, a gorilla escaped and has been just terrorizing
The swamp?
the swamp
For 100 years?
Yeah.
How long do gorillas live?
Not that long. Like 70 years.
That's still
They still live a long while.
That's a long time. It's a lot longer
Then
than
that's
I
in
thought.
captivity too.
Oh, okay.
Like great apes live a long time.
Yeah. I bet. What are those big ones? Orangutans. I bet those dudes live forever.
Yeah.
They just look wise. So an article that I pulled some of this information from has a cast of a footprint on display.
Yeah.
So we're going to New Orleans, baby.
Nice.
No, we're not.
No?
New Orleans is fun for 2 hours.
That's all I want is the 2 hours.
Oh, have you never been to New Orleans?
No.
That's pretty good. For 2 hours.
The closest I've been is like Mississippi.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was hot.
Mississippi sucks.
It was gross. We were in Gulfport.
That's who I'm taking my stand against.
We were in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Oh, Gulfport's not terrible. The rest of Mississippi,
It was so humid.
Yep. Well, you're on the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. When I lived in Mobile, I went to New Orleans for my 19th birthday.
Yeah.
As we went to New Orleans, spent a couple of hours there. I met an NBA player. And then we went to Baton Rouge and saw the Front Bottoms. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah. Alfred Payton walked into the taco place we were in, and the people I was with, not big basketball fans, said, "I think that's the Weeknd."
Oh no!
Because at the time, the Weeknd and Alfred Payton both had like pretty similar hair, kind of like the one Cam Newton has right now.
Yeah.
So I was like sitting there. I was like, I was like, Alfred Payton played basketball. He played high school basketball in New Orleans. That's Alfred Payton. And I spent 30 minutes just like comparing like pictures of like his tattoos. And I walked up and I was like, "Are you Alfred Payton?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Cool." And then just stared at him for a second. He's like, "Do you want like a picture?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be rad." And then he paid for our tacos. It was really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then I went and watched a bad band.
Yeah.
God, do I love them. So we're not going to New Orleans, but if we do, we'll go to this place, Pearl River Eco Tours.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. The Sprite and the
Jello shots are
kind of
fighting it out.
Yeah, they're duking it out in my tummy right now. So that's that, and I've got a second article that is. Oh no, I lost it.
Oh no.
I've got so many tabs open. Because there was one more thing.
Just one more thing. Gracie May's here on the couch with us this entire section. With her toes in the air.
So the last thing
Yeah.
is the local legend.
Oh no.
A train, choo-choo,
Okay.
crashes into the swamp. Early 20th century.
Dangerous.
Who's on that train? Who do you think's on that train? A circus.
Oh, I was gonna say Franklin Roosevelt.
What?
I don't know. I was gonna make a guess.
I hate you. No, so there's a local legend that it's just a bunch of chimpanzees that were in a traveling circus. So it's not one, but it's like
It's a bunch of chimps.
It's a bunch of chimps just out there.
That's the
causing chaos,
plot of the Rugrats movie.
I guess, but they weren't 7 feet tall.
No. But they're
Chimps
bigger.
get that big?
No, they don't. They get like 4 or 5 though.
How big
I think.
are chimps?
Scary. That's how big they are.
True.
Scary enough to be big enough to be scary.
They get to about 3.5 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not bad. Wait, that 2 chimps in a trench coat.
It does. The math adds up here. They already have long arms too, so there's no suspicion.
Nope. Can you imagine if 2 trip? Whatever. I messed it up and I'm moving along.
The little rascals, man. We'd like to take out a hefty loan, and it's just 2 chimps in a trench coat.
So our next one, a little closer to home than Louisiana.
Yeah.
This one's in Lee County, South Carolina.
Okay. I'm sure I've driven through there.
Another swamp monster.
Oh.
This is the lizard man of Scape or Swamp.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for.
The lizard men.
I live for the lizard people.
First modern reported sighting. George Holloman Jr. in the fall of 1987.
Okay.
He made the report on behalf of Christopher Davis, a 17-year-old local boy. Said he encountered the creature while driving home from work at 2 a.m. June 29th, 1988.
So that 17-year-old is out past curfew, is what I'm hearing.
Should be shot on sight. I don't know what's wrong with me today. So he stopped on a road bordering Scape or Swamp to change a tire. When he was finishing up, he reported having heard a thumping noise. Kind of seems to be a lot with these kind of humanoid ape kind of creatures. They're thumping the wood. He then turned around and saw the creature sprinting towards him.
Oh no.
Said the creature tried to grab at his car and then jumped on its roof as he tried to escape, clinging onto it as Davis swerved from side to side in an effort to throw it off. After returning home, his side view mirror was badly damaged and scratch marks found on the car's roof.
Okay. That's way more compelling because there's physical evidence.
Yeah. And when I was reading this, I was like, because the scratches on the roof were a little bit farther in the article.
Yeah.
So I was just like, side view mirror was damaged. I was like, he probably just hit a sign or
he wasn't paying attention.
And then he was like, Mom, I didn't mess up my car. It was the lizard man. But the scratches on the roof. And no scratches anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it genuinely looks like the way he told it is what happened. It jumped on his roof and then just hung on. That's terrifying. And then he said stuff.
Oh,
Not the lizard man.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, now we've gone into another batch of territory.
I wish. And a couple of the drawings. Did you watch Land of the Lost, the TV show?
Yeah, I've seen that.
A lot of the drawings kind of look like the little alien things from Land of the Lost.
Yeah, the lizards that
Yeah. But Davis says, I looked back and saw something running across the field towards me. It was about 25 yards away, and I saw red eyes glowing. I ran into the car, and as I locked it, the thing grabbed the door handle. I could see him from the neck down, the 3 big fingers, long black nails, and green, rough skin. It was strong and angry. I looked in my mirror and saw a blur of green running. I could see his toes, and then he jumped on the roof of my car. I thought I heard a grunt, and then I could see his fingers through the front windshield where they curled around on the roof. I sped up and swerved to shake the creature off.
That's really
That's terrifying.
Yeah. That's super interesting.
In the month that followed, there were several further reports of a large lizard-like creature, unusual scratches and bite marks found on cars throughout the area.
Oh.
Most of these were said to have occurred within a 3-mile radius of the swamps in Bishopville, the Scape or Swamps. Local law enforcement reacted to reports of lizard man with a mixture of concern and skepticism, stating that a sufficient number of sightings had been made by apparently reliable people for them to believe that something tangible was being seen, but that it was more likely to be a bear than a lizard man.
Yeah.
Bear's not jumping up onto the top
No.
of a car.
You could tell the difference between a bear also.
Yeah. Bears aren't green.
No. Nor do they have three claws on their hand.
Yeah. Got a lot more.
Yeah.
At least 5. 2 weeks after this incident.
Spam.
2 weeks after this incident, Sheriff's Department made plaster casts of 3-toed footprints measuring 14 inches in length.
Boy.
That's bigger than the I've already forgotten the Honey Island swamp monster. Yeah. Decided against sending them on to the FBI for further analyst.
Okay. Did they keep them or?
They just kept them.
All right.
South Carolina Marine Resources Department spokesperson Johnny Evans said the tracks neither matched nor could be mistaken for the footprints of any ever recorded animal.
Cool. That's scary.
That's a state official saying we don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And that's bad. But he also dismissed the possibility that they could have been made by some sort of mutated creature.
Yeah. That's my next thought was, all right, what chemical plants are in the area?
Just the swamp, baby.
Oh, boy.
A nearby radio station in the year since, WCOS, offered a $1 million reward to anyone who could capture the creature alive.
Yeah. You gotta do that.
Never found him.
Because then, yeah, that's just good. That's just good business right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who listens to radio anymore?
Exactly.
August 5th. It doesn't tell me the year. I can't remember if the article did or not.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down.
Excellent.
Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, filed a report with the police saying that he had encountered the lizard man on Highway 15 and he had shot and wounded it.
Oh. Okay.
I see big lizard man. My first instinct not to hurt. My first instinct run.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say hug, and I'm like, that's the wrong instinct.
No, this one's not for hugging.
He seems real angry.
Pretty bad guy, I'd say.
We'll find out later.
Guess what? He got evidence.
Some blood?
He got not only some blood, also got some scales.
Oh.
Or recanted this account 2 days later when he was arraigned for unlawfully carrying a pistol.
Oh my gosh.
He then says that he invented the sighting.
Yeah.
Where'd he get those scales from?
That's dang it.
And I've got a measurement that I don't think I've ever gotten in my little bit of research into these cryptids.
Yeah.
We've got a stride measurement.
Okay.
About 40 inches.
Okay.
This thing was in a dead sprint striding nearly 3 feet between steps.
That's
a lot.
That's how I imagine Anthony Davis
As a lizard man?
as a lizard man.
That attacks people in South Carolina?
No, just like the stride wise.
Yeah. I'm not sure what his strides
he's
are.
big.
They're probably quite that. That's a full yard.
Yeah.
That's 100 strides. Whole football field. Don't like it.
No. That's big fast.
I don't know how fast. Could be very slow.
I mean, yeah, but well, okay. So he covered 25 yards in the time that the guy took to get in his car.
Very fast.
Very fast.
But he also was changing a tire.
Yeah.
Doesn't say which tire. Could have been passenger side,
Yeah.
rear tire. Could have taken him a second. Still very fast.
Yeah.
Don't like. No like from me. He's also known to live and hang around in the sewers and abandoned subways.
Oh no.
That's right.
Wait, they have abandoned subways?
Apparently.
Okay.
In Bishopville, South Carolina, I guess.
Okay, that doesn't really doesn't read me as a subway area, but all right.
I'm gonna look.
They have like an equivalent to MARTA or something.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, not the freaking sandwich shop.
Oh man, they did it. They won. Congratulations, Subway sandwich shops.
This is just a bunch of freaking menus. Wait, nope, that's the sandwich shop. We'll go to Bishopville.
Yeah.
I bet I'm gonna find out how far that is from us right now.
Like an hour and 20 minutes, probably.
You don't know that.
Hour 45.
I just Googled Bishopville. Not Googled. I just searched Bishopville on my phone, and of course, that didn't give me anything. I was looking for Google Maps.
Yeah.
What if it was just like, you mean the subways, the abandoned subways with the skateboard swamp monster?
See, we go find the abandoned subways.
What if it means the abandoned sandwich shops?
Oh no. Yeah, we had to abandon this restaurant. It turned out there was a lizard man in it.
Bishopville is, how long did you say?
Hour 45.
3:46.
That's a ways.
It is.
So it's closer to the ocean then?
It's like dead center of South Carolina.
Okay.
It's near Sumter and Florence.
Okay.
We're right past Columbia. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I genuinely want. I know we joke around about going to a lot of these places. I want to go find one of these abandoned subways to make sure that they're not talking about a sandwich shop. Because if we're talking about a sandwich shop, I'm gonna be pissed. How long? Has
Capital
this been going?
P.
32 minutes. You want another one?
Sure.
This one's a little bit longer than those two.
Okay.
This is one I brought up a long time ago. Very early on. We're taking a trip.
Oh.
Down under.
I come from a land down under.
That's right. We're going to go box kangaroos like in Kangaroo Jack 2.
Man, I didn't see the sequel.
Wasn't good.
First one, also not very good.
Shut your mouth. We're talking about the bunyip.
The bunyip.
The bunyip in South Wales, Australia.
Okay.
Kind of a big water dog.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
I also don't think that's right. It's just what the picture looks like
Yeah.
every now and then. Bunyip translated. Hey, I didn't do the Mothman thing.
Oh yeah,
on the
You
Gmail
didn't.
read last time. Character growth. It's translated in Aboriginal Australian to mean devil or evil spirit,
Oh no,
also known as the Kian Pratty.
less fun water dog.
Lives in swamps, billabongs, creeks, riverbeds, and waterholes all over Australia.
This is a swampy episode.
It is a swampy episode. And I know what you're thinking, Zachary.
Billabong is a clothing company.
Not where I was going at all, but you're right. What's the name of the Aboriginal Australian language that this was translated from? And I'll tell you, it comes from the Wemba Wemba language.
Okay.
And it's spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yeah.
WEMBA -WEMBA. Wemba Wemba.
You know, I watch the WNBA a lot.
Yeah, but do you have the hoodie? No,
No.
I do. And I love that hoodie. It's so nice. So,
Big Mercury fan.
big Aces fan. Kelsey Plum plays there, and I'm in love with her. Just like Bigfoot, Mothman. I've been following this person on Twitter that I've never really paid attention to any of their tweets or anything. But just like they liked one, or they followed me back the other day, so I was like looking at their profile.
Yeah.
And their like the tweets that they're like, when they reply to tweets, I'd say about 50% of them are at the Mothman statue in Point Pleasant, just with a finger up Mothman's ass. And I was like, we're best friends. I'll never actually interact with you, but we are best friends. But Bunyip,
Yeah.
kind of a weird mixture of creatures. Because it's said to have characteristics of a bird and of an alligator,
Okay.
but kind of shaped like a dog.
All right.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah.
Head of an emu with a long bill, at the extremity of which, just a big old projection with serrated edges.
Okay. There's so much going on.
So much going on. Built like a dog.
Yeah.
Bill. Knives. And we're just getting started.
Yeah. I'm imagining the second evolution of Axew, but on all fours.
I can see that. That's fair. Can't remember that one's name.
No, me either.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know which Pokemon you're talking about, buddy. Body and legs kind of work like alligators. They got those bucked out. Man, that's like the third fumble.
Yeah.
Hind legs remarkably thick and strong, with front legs a little bit longer, but still of great strength.
Of course.
So strong. Long claws. You wanna know how it kills?
Oh, how?
Hugs to death.
Okay.
The article said,
Does it? Okay.
I'm gonna read this quote. I'm gonna read this word for word off of the from the Cryptid Wiki.
Yeah.
These are not my words. Cryptid Wiki says. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to. People say that its usual method of killing its prey is by hugging it to death. When in water, it swims like a frog, and when on shore, it walks on its hind legs with its head erect. In which position it measures 12 or 13 feet in height.
Holy balls. That's way bigger than I was imagining.
It's huge. There's so much going on with Bunyip.
Yeah.
There are several descriptions, which a lot of people believe to mean that there are just several species of the Bunyip.
Yeah.
Because there are ones with dog-like faces, horse-like tails, flippers, walrus-like tusks, and a duck-like bill.
Oh my gosh. There's so much happening.
Yeah. It's just a big old monster.
Yeah.
Others believe the creature has an appearance similar to a snake with a man and a beard.
What?
So a bearded snake with arms and legs. It's just a bearded salamander.
Yeah.
A whole lot going on with Bunyip.
These are the most wildly inconsistent reports I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, so much. But the one that has been reported the most is the emu bill with the knives.
Yeah.
Legs of an alligator, 13 to 14 feet tall.
Have you seen? It's a species of alligator that went extinct that had long legs and would sprint around on land. Those are terrifying looking.
Dude. Even like common alligators now.
Yeah.
When they run at people,
they're fast.
Dude.
They can hit like 25 miles an hour or something.
Yeah, those people on golf courses in Florida that just like buck up at alligators, what is wrong with you?
Hey, man.
I know what it is. You're white. You've got no fear.
They've been golfing all day and are really drunk. Because that's what you do when you golf.
Yeah.
You just drink.
Really? That's not what I did when I golfed that one time for 6 months in 7th grade.
Yeah, that's a different kind of golfing though.
Bad.
That's for you know.
But I've still got the windbreaker.
Yeah, I don't think I have my golf jackets anymore.
I've got
I've got my towel still, my golf towel.
I think I'd sold my golf clubs because I'd played for 1 year and I was like, this sucks. And then I went and played with someone else and they were like, hey, you're swinging that wrong. And I fixed my stance and I was so much better. I was like, well, too late now.
The golf coaches were never good at the school.
No. Guess what?
Shots fired.
Fossils. 1830s, George Rankin discovered fossilized bones in the Wellington Caves located in New South Wales of Australia. Diprotodon
Okay.
is what they said it was. And I'm going to show you a picture of the Diprotodon, if I can spell it right.
Growing up, I always wanted to be a paleontologist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For a while, I was pretty convinced I was going to be the president of the EPA.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting looking.
Kind of a scary guy.
But those teeth look like herbivore teeth.
Kind of. But those big old,
because they're not tearing, they're chewing teeth.
Well, but are you looking at those front teeth?
Yeah, but that could, I don't know. But
those couldn't be not teeth.
They could be defensive also.
Could be. But yeah, Diprotodon, kind of scary. And now my Google Doc has scrolled all the way to the top, so I have to find where it is.
That's
oh no,
the eternal struggle.
Oh no, so many bad things are happening. All right, I'm back to it.
Okay.
First recorded accounts of Bunyip took place in 1818, when James Meehan and explorer Hamilton Hume both found enormous bones in Lake Bathurst, located in New South Wales. Described the creature similar to a manatee or a hippopotamus.
Okay.
I don't think there's hippos in Australia, though.
No. But, I mean, if we go to Pangea...
Which we can't. Doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Never existed.
Oh, right. That's another
Just
stance.
kidding.
I mean, Australia broke off of Africa.
Yes, I mean, it's possible there were hippos at one point. July of 1845, Geelong Advertiser describes the bunyip in great detail. It was also the first recorded use of the term bunyip.
Yeah.
1847, strange skull found in Murrumbidgee River near Balranald. Australia.
Hey, Australia.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, but imagine them trying to pronounce anything in the Northeast.
Worcester. Is that how you say it? How you say
Gloucester.
I was talking about the sauce.
Oh, no. Worcestershire.
Whatever, man. It's a stupid sauce.
That's pretty good.
Some exponent never had it. Too scared to ask for it. So most explanations are that it is an elephant seal that has adapted to walk on land.
Okay.
Or is a surviving Diprotodon.
Yeah.
I don't think so, man. I think it's just a monster.
The idea of an elephant seal walking on land is absolutely terrifying. Because elephant seals just over there are terrifying. Like,
yep. Now they're coming at you. So there was some fun popular media that Bunyip has been represented in.
Okay.
Including Scribblenauts.
Scribblenauts is a weird thing because they do that all the time.
It sure is.
You can write in NeoGAF on Scribblenauts and you'll get the logo.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey. He's also a part of your favorite lore.
Yeah?
Yep. Bunyip was a titan featured in Godzilla King of Monsters, hibernating in Ayers Rock in Australia. Doesn't ever show up, but its name appears on a monitor. It was awakened by Ghidorah's alpha call.
Yeah, in the last movie. Yeah,
Sure
there's a
did.
bunch of stuff that happened in the last movie.
Um,
It's gonna all culminate in Kong versus Godzilla.
Bunyip appears as a docile creature in the Archie Sonic series.
Huh.
Don't know what that means, but I was like, Archie and Sonic?
Archie Comics did the Sonic comics.
Ah, cool.
They're good.
So this one's a little bit long. Yang just rounded that corner and stared me in my eyes. He's gone now. He just wrapped it and was just looking right at me, and it kind of scared me.
Well, because she's been terrorizing him all day, so he's been on the lookout for her.
So Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah.
Nanu Killy is the Bunyip featured in that. Who served as an ally. Begins the whole quest for mystic talismans to prevent a calamity in reality. There's mechas. There's mecha bunyips in Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Man, I know about Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I've never played Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah, apparently they've got bunyip Gundams.
That's what's up.
That is what's up, and I wanted to be included in this. So that's the popular
that's
media.
Fire.
And they've got a bunch of weird drawings of it that they're just so different constantly. But that's all I've got on Bunyip.
Okay.
This was a really swampy one.
This is a swampy
I'm
episode.
I'm a little swamp boy. I'm Zachary. I'm a little swamp boy. Get out of me, swamp.
If you have any other interesting swamp creatures you'd like us to talk about, you can contact us across various forms of social media and our email address.
You can contact me directly on Twitter at Baby Mothman.
Myself directly on Twitter at Levi Carver, Levis Carver.
You can contact the podcast directly at Mothman Podcast on Twitter. You can email us at thatmothmanpodcast@gmail.com. Twice in a row.
You can watch our live recordings of this on twitch.tv/Skeleton Crew Gaming or boardnerds.store.
You can catch us on YouTube. Sorry, I was stretching my knee out. What's that YouTube again? Did we decide Board Nerd Show?
Board Nerd Show, I believe.
Board Nerd Show.
That might be the Twitter account for it. Is Board Nerd Show.
Who knows?
Board Nerds. It's
just ask us on
black
Twitter.
and yellow logo. It's where all the other ones are posted.
Yes. If you are at all interested in the video ones, I'm gonna preface next week's episode, the video portion, will have a new bit from me that I'm coming up with, and I'm gonna find funny, and I hope at least one other person finds funny. And speaking of bits, we skipped both of them.
We did.
Cryptid Fight Club, Honey Island Swamp Monster, putting it up there. I'm putting it above Bigfoot because it can swim.
Yeah, swimming Bigfoot's scary.
Swimming Bigfoot's scary. Lizard Man, not sure where to put him.
Very aggressive though for the other bit.
Yeah, very aggressive, but I don't know. I'll throw him middle of the pack. I don't think he's beating too many people. Bunyip though got a lot going on.
There's so much happening. There were no accounts of it attacking people though, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's kind of just an animal doing animal things then.
Sure is.
It's just a super animal.
It's the super animal.
It's an apex animal.
I might put Bunyip up there with the vampire.
Yeah.
Nothing's touching Pukwudgie, but Bunyip's got a lot of weapons at its disposal.
Yeah, it's got a huge arsenal.
If it is an aggressive animal, it's going to the top of the list.
Yeah.
If it's a defensive animal, I'll put it middle of the pack.
Fair.
Because I think it's going to mess some people up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, Cryptid, Criminal, Court.
Yeah.
Honey Island Swamp Monster. I think the highest I'm comfortable with is a 6.
Yeah.
He's kind of just out there.
He's just kind of there. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really messed up that boar.
Yeah, but that's again, that's
yeah.
you got to eat, bro.
Probably territorial. So that's why I'm gonna hit him with that 6. Then we've got Bunyip. Nope. I skipped Lizard Man. Lizard Man's getting an 8.
Yeah, he's attacked that dude.
He attacked that dude, messed up his whip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Messed up his ride. How is he gonna get the ladies with scrap? Actually, I bet he got a ton of ladies.
Yeah. See,
I survived a Lizard Man attack. So let me mac on you.
Bunyip.
4.
Yeah.
No clue. Sure, it's messed something up at one point.
It's definitely going to be territorial being that big.
Yeah, dude, 13 to 14 feet tall.
But like, what's it? It didn't attack anyone. It's just
what is this? Is this a 12-foot ceiling? 12-foot roof ceiling?
Maybe.
I'm thinking 10. I'm thinking 10.
10? Yeah.
I'm thinking 10.
10
So that's another 2 to 3 feet.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That's big. That's way too big.
And with all those
way too big.
With all those things it's got going on,
imagine it wouldn't even have to try to hug you to death.
But it will.
But not,
And that's a death I'd be happy with. Not really. I'd probably
hugged to death by a 12-foot monster.
Yeah, by a 12-foot monster. That's
with knives and an emu head.
That's the part that confused me. Is they said it's got like the arms and legs of an alligator.
Yeah.
Which are not known to have very long, limbs.
Is it all body?
That's what I'm thinking. Is it just like a horizontal squeeze? Because I don't think it. Well, then again, I don't know how long of arms and legs a 13 to 14 foot tall creature is going to have. It might be able to wrap me up. But I'm thinking a regular alligator, it's just going to have to squeeze my shoulders in and pop me like a pimple. What else did we skip? We skipped we got it. Shout out to Corley, username LYCHAN_ on Twitter, who designed our artwork. Yeah. Great artwork. Absolutely. Love it. I'm not sure on her commission status right now, but when they open up, I recommend it. She did a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
I've still got to find the Pokemon artist to draw.
Oh yeah.
I thought about that this morning.
I had totally forgot about that.
I don't remember the idea we had, so I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to it.
It was just to start building out a Pokemon universe based on cryptids.
All of our cryptids.
Yeah. Which I think would be very interesting.
I think it would be very interesting. Bunyip's gonna be a weird one.
Listen, we'd have to decide. We need to do this. Would be like a side work thing where we have to decide starters and legendaries.
This is a really cool idea we need to talk about off of the podcast.
I'm gonna boot up RPG Maker.
Dude, I found I had on one of the Dungeons and Dragons podcasts I listened to, they were doing an advertisement for like a miniature making company. Yeah. That had like 4,000 things you could choose from. Yeah. I spent like 3 hours doing it.
The Hero Forge?
It is Hero Forge.
Hero Forge is what I used to make our minis for our D&D campaign.
Never been a big miniature guy, but man,
they make big ones.
Yes, trust me, I know. I built a real big snake guy, and then I kind of got scared because, like, dude, it's so in depth. Hero Forge, if you're listening, please sponsor us.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'll go listen. We'll start doing D&D content again.
I will die. I will die if we start doing D&D content. I need it, Levi.
I got to talk to Casey because he was going to DM for us. I got to see what his status is.
I got like my thing going, and then COVID. This was in like May, and we were like, COVID's going to be done within 3 weeks. Yeah, and then everything's killed us all.
Everything for the channel is just kind of on delay until like the vaccine rolls out and all that.
Yeah. But we don't need to get into that. Yeah. But this has been Pineapple Mothman.
Thank you guys so much. I'm Levi.
And this is Gracie May. Don't go into swamps. Don't exist near swamps. If you find an abandoned Subway sandwich shop, don't go in there. There might be a lizard man. How are you going to know? What's that cord?
I unplugged
Oh, I thought I was very worried that something bad had happened. Don't go into the woods. Don't look outside. Don't look at the sun. Don't perceive the sun. Um, don't try and fight lizard monsters or vampires. Um, please don't write scary messages on dumpsters behind my workplace, which I guess is now just my home. So please don't write threatening messages at the dumpster at my home. I will get very scared. And the most important warning, please wear a mask. Stay safe. Try not to gather in groups larger than, I don't know, what are they recommending now?
I think it's
Six?
under 6. Yeah.
Under six?
6 and under.
Don't do it. Stay at home. Talk to me. Please. Anyone. End it right there.